What if there were a place where ancient civilizations carved churches directly into stone, where volcanic landscapes resemble another planet, and where traditions older than many nations still shape everyday life? Where remote tribes preserve cultures passed down for centuries, and where hidden valleys guard stories rarely seen by the outside world. This is Ethiopia, one of the most historically rich and geographically diverse countries in Africa. Yet beyond its well-known landmarks lies a world of extraordinary places that remain largely undiscovered. From the rock-hewn churches of Lalibela to the surreal salt plains and lava fields of the Danakil Depression, from the cultural traditions of the Omo Valley to the breathtaking landscapes of the Simien Mountains, Ethiopia reveals a journey filled with mystery, history, and raw natural beauty. Here, ancient kingdoms once ruled powerful empires. Sacred lakes reflect centuries of faith, and remote villages continue to live in harmony with landscapes unchanged for generations. This cinematic journey, World Travel Diaries ventures beyond the familiar to uncover the hidden wonders of Ethiopia, exploring landscapes, cultures, and places that remain among the most fascinating unseen destinations on Earth. In the northern highlands of Ethiopia stands a city that feels like a journey into Africa's royal past, the historic city of Gondar. Once the capital of the Ethiopian Empire in the 17th and 18th centuries, Gondar became a center of power, culture, and architecture unlike anywhere else in the region. Often called the Camelot of Africa, Gondar is famous for its remarkable complex of royal castles known as Fasal Gebi. This extraordinary fortress city was built by Emperor Fasilides in the 17th century and later expanded by successive rulers. The complex contains massive stone castles, towers, and fortified walls that reflect a unique blend of Ethiopian, Portuguese, and Indian architectural influences. Walking through Fasal Gebi feels like stepping into a forgotten royal kingdom. The towering castles rise dramatically above the surrounding plains, revealing a time when Gondar was the political and cultural heart of Ethiopia. Today, the site is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, preserving one of Africa's most remarkable historic landscapes. Not far from the castles lies another important landmark, the sacred bathing complex of Fasilit's Bath. Each year, thousands of pilgrims gather here to celebrate the vibrant Timkat festival, one of Ethiopia's most important religious celebrations. With its royal history, impressive architecture, and living traditions, Gondar offers a rare glimpse into the grandeur of Ethiopia's imperial past, an unforgettable destination where history, culture, and legend still echo through ancient stone walls. High in the rugged highlands of Ethiopia lies one of the most extraordinary religious sites in the world, the sacred town of Lalibela. Hidden among mountains and valleys, Lalibela is renowned for its remarkable rock-hewn churches, carved directly into solid stone more than 800 years ago. These incredible structures were built during the reign of King Lalibela in the 12th and 13th centuries. According to tradition, the king envisioned creating a New Jerusalem in Ethiopia, allowing Christian pilgrims to experience a holy city closer to home. Instead of constructing buildings above ground, craftsmen carved entire churches downward into the rock, creating massive monolithic structures connected by tunnels, passages, and hidden courtyards. The most iconic of these is the breathtaking Church of St. George, famous for its perfectly symmetrical cross-shaped design carved deep into the earth. In total, Lalibela is home to 11 remarkable churches, each carved from a single block of volcanic rock. These sacred structures remain active places of worship, where Ethiopian Orthodox pilgrims gather in prayer, dressed in traditional white robes. Today, the churches of Lalibela are recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and are considered one of the greatest architectural achievements of medieval Africa. Surrounded by dramatic mountain landscapes and steeped in centuries of spiritual devotion, Lalibela stands as one of the most mysterious and awe-inspiring destinations in Ethiopia, a hidden wonder where faith, history, and human ingenuity are carved directly into the stone of the earth. In the remote northeast of Ethiopia lies one of the most extreme and surreal landscapes on Earth, the otherworldly Danakil Depression. Located within the vast Afar region, this extraordinary area sits more than 100 meters below sea level, making it one of the lowest and hottest places on the planet. The landscape here feels almost alien. Sulfur springs bubble from the ground, vivid mineral deposits paint the earth in brilliant shades of yellow, green, and orange, and steaming hydrothermal fields release clouds of gas into the dry desert air. One of the most striking features of the region is the colorful geothermal area known as Dal, where intense volcanic activity has created one of the most unusual geological environments in the world. Nearby, the massive Erta Al volcano rises from the desert floor. This constantly active volcano contains one of the few permanent lava lakes on Earth, glowing deep within its crater and illuminating the night sky with fiery red light. Despite the harsh conditions, the Danakil Depression has long been home to the resilient Afar people who have traveled across this desert for centuries, harvesting salt from vast salt flats and transporting it along ancient trade routes. With its burning heat, volcanic activity, and surreal colors, the Danakil Depression remains one of the most extreme environments on the planet, a place where Earth reveals its raw geological power in one of the most dramatic landscapes found anywhere on our world. High in the central highlands of Ethiopia stands the vibrant capital city of Addis Ababa, a place where history, culture, and modern African life come together at the heart of the nation. Founded in the late 19th century by Emperor Menelik II, the city quickly grew into the political and cultural center of Ethiopia. Today, Addis Ababa is often called the diplomatic capital of Africa. It is home to the headquarters of the African Union, where leaders from across the continent gather to shape Africa's future. This role has made the city an important hub for politics, culture, and international cooperation. Despite its modern skyline and bustling streets, Addis Ababa also preserves deep connections to Ethiopia's past. One of the most important cultural landmarks in the city is the National Museum of Ethiopia, where visitors can see the famous fossil remains of Lucy, one of the oldest and most complete human ancestors ever discovered. The city's vibrant markets, traditional coffee ceremonies, and historic churches reveal the everyday rhythms of Ethiopian life. In particular, the bustling Mercado is one of the largest open-air markets in Africa, filled with colors, sounds, and the energy of local trade. As the gateway to the country's diverse landscapes and cultures, Addis Ababa offers travelers their first glimpse into the spirit of Ethiopia, a dynamic city where ancient heritage and modern Africa meet beneath the Highland skies. In the northern highlands of Ethiopia lies the vast and tranquil Lake Tana, the largest lake in the country and one of the most historically significant waterways in East Africa. Surrounded by rolling hills and traditional villages, Lake Tana has long played a central role in Ethiopia's culture, religion, and history. The lake is best known as the primary source of the legendary Blue Nile, one of the great rivers of Africa. From its quiet waters, the river begins its long journey northward across the continent before eventually joining the Nile. Scattered across Lake Tana are dozens of small islands, many of which are home to centuries-old monasteries. These sacred sites preserve priceless religious manuscripts, ancient paintings, and treasures of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Among the most famous is the historic monastery of Ura-Kidan Meret, known for its colorful murals and circular church design. For generations, monks have guarded these sacred spaces, maintaining traditions that date back hundreds of years. The lake is also rich in wildlife and natural beauty. Traditional papyrus boats glide quietly across the water while fishermen continue age-old methods passed down through generations. With its peaceful scenery, sacred heritage, and deep connection to the history of Ethiopia, Lake Tana offers a glimpse into a quieter and more spiritual side of the country, a place where nature, faith, and tradition flow together like the waters that give birth to the Blue Nile. Rising high above the northern highlands of Ethiopia, the dramatic landscapes of the Simien Mountains form one of the most spectacular natural regions in Africa. Carved by millions of years of erosion, this rugged mountain range reveals towering cliffs, deep valleys, and vast plateaus that stretch toward the horizon. Often called the Roof of Africa, the Simien Mountains are home to some of the highest peaks in the country, including Ras Dashan, which rises more than 4,500 meters above sea level. These high elevations create a dramatic alpine environment rarely seen elsewhere in Africa. The region is protected within the remarkable Simien Mountains National Park, one of the country's most important natural reserves. This protected landscape shelters a number of rare and unique wildlife species found nowhere else on Earth. Among them is the striking gelada, often called the gelada baboon, known for its thick golden mane and distinctive red chest marking. The mountains are also home to the endangered Ethiopian wolf and the powerful walia ibex, a rare mountain goat that lives along the steep cliffs. Standing on the edge of these towering escarpments, visitors can witness sweeping views of endless mountains fading into the distance. With its dramatic scenery, rare wildlife, and remote wilderness, the Simien Mountains remain one of Ethiopia's most breathtaking hidden landscapes, a place where nature reveals its wild and untamed beauty high above the African highlands. From ancient stone churches carved deep into the mountains to volcanic deserts that feel like another planet, Ethiopia reveals a side of the world that few travelers ever truly see. From the sacred rock-hewn churches of Lalibela to the surreal landscapes of the Danakil Depression, from the cultural traditions of the Omo Valley to the dramatic highland cliffs of the Simien Mountains, this journey reveals a land shaped by ancient history, powerful nature, and extraordinary cultures. Across its mountains, valleys, and remote villages, Ethiopia preserves stories that stretch back thousands of years. Here, traditions remain deeply connected to the land, and landscapes still feel untouched by time. This has been another journey with World Travel Diaries, exploring the hidden and unseen places of Ethiopia, where every destination reveals a new perspective on our world. And somewhere beyond the horizon, another extraordinary place is waiting to be discovered. Until the next adventure, keep exploring the unseen corners of our planet.